think I'm live. I should turn this background on. There we go. Now it's more like I'm home, although it is really dark. I should put earbuds in. We're actually doing this through Zoom today. There we go. Hey, Little Garden Big Dreams, how are you? I am going to post a link to anybody that wants to hop on because Donald is not going to be on today. And there's our link. And to family, how are you? Oh, Donald's on from upstairs. He could come downstairs. I'm just saying. I'm not even seeing my channel live on YouTube, but I know I'm live because I'm sitting here talking to you guys. We're doing all right. We're having some weird stuff going on right now. Donald got sent home from work today because he might have COVID. We have to take him to get tested tomorrow to see. Now he had a coworker that, when was it? Tuesday of last week, was sent home because he was vomiting, diarrhea, things like that. And I mean, I expect that there's going to be more. I don't know. But we're gonna just see how things go. We've been quarantining all week. We haven't slept in the same bedroom. We keep our distance. He wears a mask when he's in the house with us. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's awkward right now. But when he got sent home today, that was kind of like, well, this is a little more real now. But what are you gonna do? So I'm just making sure I can see comments. So we'll find out tomorrow whether for sure he actually has COVID. He may not, but that's going to be a bit of a pain. He thinks it was just something he ate, but he has the same symptoms as the coworker, which is my concern. I know he is convinced it's not COVID, but and I'm probably not going to play guitar tonight. I'm just not feeling up for it. It's been a weird week, to be quite honest. We have a fire down the street today in the woods. We're having a big windstorm right now. So what else? We had all kinds of weird stuff going on this week. My dad almost choked to death on popcorn. It's been a weird week. We were sitting here, and luckily I stayed home that day. And my dad eats popcorn a lot as like a snack. And I was laying here on the sofa. I think I was half asleep or something. And all of a sudden I heard him, and he was like, it was like he couldn't breathe. It's like, so I got up and knocked everything over, and I was hitting him on the back to try to get it to come up. So he coughed up the popcorn or whatever that was blocking his airway. We have a roof leak in the house. So water was dripping down, and like we have a floor above this. So it came through that floor and into this floor and was dripping into the living room over there. This week, We're trying to get an insurance claim on storm damage for that. We'll see how that goes. So it's been kind of a hectic week around here between the possible COVID, the water leaking into the living room, dad almost choking to death, and the fire up the street. Um, I could use a break. Yeah, and then he continued to eat the popcorn. So I'm gonna post that link again if anybody feels like popping up. You don't have to. It's just I knew Donald wasn't gonna be here for the live because he's upstairs trying to quarantine, and I really feel like playing guitar tonight. So if anybody feels like popping up, you can. Jane sees Oregon Homestead. How are you guys doing anyway? I know Little Garden Big Dreams. I haven't been to your lives recently, but I know that you guys got like the new cow and stuff. And I know you had a live the other week. I tried to hop on and then something prevented me from doing so. I don't know. But Brian Lewis, how are you? It's quieter with Donald upstairs, right? He must be upstairs in bed on his phone. I keep telling him to come down here and move this chair over there so we're social distance, but we could still watch like Blacklist or something. I'm just saying, you don't have to be upstairs. I've probably got it already if you've got it. We were talking to a couple of my other, actually, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to ping everybody on Marco that's not here. Two families, the only one that is here. There we go. I see names in here, but I don't see anybody but Sherry in the live. There. I know, it has been a long time. How have you been? I feel bad. I have not been able to get to people's channels much lately. Like, I don't want to say like I'm as busy as before the pandemic, but I'm definitely busy. And we're trying like business is slower, but I'm trying all these other different projects to bring in money. And some of them are bringing in money, so some of them are working, but it definitely eats up my time. Yeah. Yeah, Donald, he was sick earlier, which is why they sent him in from work in case it is COVID that he's got. And I guess we're going to try to get him tested tomorrow, but I don't know how long it takes for a COVID test to come back. And then if he does have it, I mean, I know that he's got to be on quarantine for at least 2 weeks from work. It's going to be weird. I'm hoping it comes back negative and he just had like food poisoning or something. I'm glad to hear you've been great. Sorry, I'm yawning, guys. I'm tired. Actually, I thought about not doing the live tonight, but I figure I'll knock out at least a little bit of time. Susan Gotchi, hello. I just sent you a friend request on Facebook, by the way. You don't have to accept it, but I did send it. What else is going on? I think that's about it. I did finally finish a video, and it's gonna probably come out tomorrow morning for because I just made it tonight. A paleo grain-free apple crisp. So I finally put the video together for that. I don't think any of my videos are very good, personally, but that's just me. So that I will finally have another video out. And we were supposed to go pick up a new goat tomorrow that we're rescuing. But if Donald's got COVID, I don't know whether we should do that. I don't know whether I could do it myself. I have to figure that out. Hey, Teresa, Stringfield Ridge Farm. And I see Matt's on here, KDMT. Schools here are closed and we're back to going to, only if we have to, even though it's not locked down. Yeah, things are getting a little weird around here too. Let me put the Zoom link if anybody wants to hop on. We went grocery shopping, but we did a order ahead of time and pick up on like Friday or something. I went to the store today to get some some electrolyte stuff, a prescription, and a couple small things. And it was packed. But it's also like the week before Thanksgiving. So I kind of expect it to be, but I see Matt's coming in. But I feel like other people have been reporting like massive shortages on toilet paper already. So I'm just glad I have been buying extra toilet paper this entire last couple months. So we'll see. Hi, Matt. I hear you, but I don't see you. And I'm not even sure what I'm listening to. Oh, there you are. How are you? Did you shave your head recently?
No.
Oh, your mic is not very clear. It's hard to hear you. I did almost lay the smackdown on someone in the grocery store today. I was walking down an aisle, and there was these two men that were kind of blocking the aisle going through their cart, which isn't a big deal. I just walked around them. When they saw me walk around them, they're like, sorry. And I was like, no big deal. It was at the end of the aisle. So I'm going out the aisle, and I start making a left, and there's this woman coming in about to turn in the aisle. And I guess because I was on her side, because the guys were on the right side of the aisle, like she went off on me because I kept going. Like I had the right way. I was leaving the aisle as she was coming in. And she said something like, you don't have to block the goddamn aisle or something. It was something rude. I was like, I believe I was here first. Like it was just a weird confrontation. I'm like, I don't know if it's the holidays or people just stress, but I was like, I don't want to knock somebody out. Mindful Hempstead, hello. Are you saying what's popping as in what's going on, or what's popping as in is my mic popping? Because that could be happening too. Just to be sure. I'm on earbuds right now, so. Papa Z's in here. My friend Matt's on the screen with me. This is someone that is local as a friend of mine. I'm having people pop up that want to because Donald is not able to attend because he is upstairs in quarantine. He got sent home from work today because of like vomiting and other things that came out. So he is keeping his distance. Oh, okay, cool. It's been a really weird week, to be honest. I was just telling everybody that Donald may have COVID. So he's on quarantine right now. We've technically been quarantining since Tuesday when one of his coworkers was sent home. We don't have a test result for the coworker yet. We're waiting to see what that says, but I'm going to get Donald tested tomorrow because he was having some weird symptoms at work today. We had a leak in the house. We're technically on the first floor right now. We have our bedrooms upstairs. Somehow the water came through the bedrooms, but not in the bedrooms. I guess it was like through the wall and under the floor, and then came down into the dining room. So I've got a cracked ceiling and a bunch of water that came down the other day. So that's great. I'm working with my insurance company and a roofer about that. And then the other night I was laying here on the couch and I got woken up suddenly because I heard my dad going like this. He was doing like he couldn't breathe. And he was choking on popcorn. So I had to smack him out of it. And then, and a fire just erupted. Like half of Adams County's out right now because we're having a big windstorm and 2 transformers blew up and one was like a quarter of a mile up the road here. Big fire. I took a video of it. But so it's been an interesting week. Not one I'd like to repeat for sure.
Okay.
What else we got in here? We got Grammy Karen's in here. All kinds of folks in here today. But yeah, that's why Donald's not on the camera sitting next to me because he's quarantining. Although he could hop on Zoom. I think he's ignoring me. He is in the room though. He's just in the chat. I'm not doing that again. What are you talking about? Stay up in your room. But I probably won't be playing guitar tonight. I'm just kind of frazzled this week. So I did make a new video today that I'll put out tomorrow on a grain-free apple crisp. It's really good. I already had a piece and I made some homemade vanilla ice cream to put on it, and it was really good. So I'll put that video out tomorrow for you guys. Yeah, he didn't even want apple crisp or ice cream when he got home. So I think he just like vomited his guts out and he's just done, I guess.
Oh, poor Donald.
Right? So how are things in the military, Matt? Are you getting any weird orders with everything going on? Are you gonna have to go away soon?
I was up at Port Indiantown Gap this weekend, running a range, so nothing
Oh,
weird. Just cold.
yeah. What does that mean, burning a range?
Just running a range.
Oh, okay.
I was making sure no one did anything too stupid.
Oh. Well, I mean, we are humans and we are Americans. We do a lot of stupid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was so the Army is transitioning to a new qualification system, so it was much more complicated than it usually is.
Yeah.
But we got through it.
Now, are you guys in your unit or whatever, are you guys seeing much of the COVID stuff, or is it just kind of like everybody's taking precautions and
So they couldn't have barracks for us this weekend because of the National Guard code precautions.
and
We need to use 4 times as many barracks as normal, so we just slept at the range in our sleeping bag
oh, I mean, it's kind of
with
like camping,
tarps.
right?
I mean, it's good Army training.
Let me put the link in here again if anybody wants to hop up. Heimlich maneuver for the popcorn. What's weird, and I'm not sure how to handle this, is Dad was sitting in like his lounge chair, which is like a recliner. And I mean, he's a tall guy, so I'm not sure I could have gotten him out of that chair to give him the Heimlich. So, I mean, I just slapped him on the back hard a couple times, and that seemed to expel the popcorn. But I honestly don't know what I would have done if that didn't work. Like, I don't know. So, but that's what I wanted to do. Built on the Rock says, I want ice cream. Thought about buying some in town, but my freezer space is packed. Honestly, mine too. We actually, that was another thing we did. On Monday, I think. What is today? Sunday. So it had to have been Monday, I guess. We did butcher rabbits. Jump on his chest. So I did post pictures on Instagram and our Facebook about that. I didn't do a video. I thought about recording it, but people get skeevy about seeing animals butchered. And I know I've gotten guffed plenty of times. I had this one person from high school that said, I had kind of an argument with her on Facebook. She said that anybody who kills animals, but still considers them pets, like, because I do consider my animals pets, but I'm fine with butchering them because I know that one, they're raised right and we do it as humane as possible, but that they must be psycho. I was like, well, that's just not nice. I guess this stuff that's been happening since the dawn of time. So I don't know. I mean, I get it. I mean, rabbits are cute, but rabbits are also tasty, and it's a very good source of protein. It's not as like healthy as some of the other meats, I don't think, as far as other ingredients. But I mean, when they say they screw like bunnies, that means they screw like bunnies. So you get a lot of them.
I mean, no one's people complain that aren't going to the CAFO farms, so
Yes. Yeah. And
because those
actually,
those are definitely not happy,
yeah,
well-raised animals.
yeah. And I'm pretty much, it's not like I'm against big. I mean, I guess I am a big against big ag. I know there are a lot of farmers out there that are pro big ag, like the farmer's daughter. If you ever follow her on Facebook, she's constantly talking about it. But I'm just not. I don't think it's necessarily 100% bad in certain ways, but for me, it's just, I feel like people need to get back to doing more personal farming, even if it's just keeping a couple rabbits. And I don't know. I have opinions. Hi, CJM Farms. Donald is in quarantine. He got sent home from work today, but he's technically been quarantining since Tuesday when a coworker got sent home with possible COVID. And then he got sent home today because of vomiting and stuff at work. So what is going on here? You're not on my TV. You can come up if you want. I do have a link. We're just like my friend Matt's here hanging out. Since Donald's not here, I need somebody to fill this void, I guess. You hear that, Donald? I know you're up there. I know you can hear me. Oh, he can hear me. He just said it. One of my rabbits fell out of the hutch. Latch failed. I haven't seen it in a while. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's most likely it did, especially if it was like domesticated and not necessarily a wild rabbit. I didn't actually grab my guitar. I wasn't feeling like singing today. I'm actually not feeling 100% either, but my symptoms are different. I think I just worked too hard today, so I'm a little like overheated. And or just tired. So yes, rabbit is yummy. Fried rabbit is one of the best things. I did make a rabbit and dumpling stew once. That was really good. Oh, I see someone else coming in. This is either Daryl or Sherry from Two Family Homestead. It says Daryl, but it could just be the same Zoom account.
Hello.
Oh, it is Daryl. Yes, rabbit is yummy. Fried I hear myself too. I did make a rabbit and dumpling stew once. That was really good. Oh, I see someone else. How are you, Daryl? Daryl. Yeah, we're hearing ourselves.
You shouldn't be now.
Oh, no, we're good now. Donald says, my symptoms coincide with the missing Donald blues. It has kind of sucked. Like we can't touch. We don't sleep in the same room. He has to be on the other side of the house when he's eating dinner. It's just weird dealing with all that. He wears a mask when he's in the house unless he's eating. So it sucks to be Donald. How are you, Daryl?
Oh, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
You were, happened to jump on here and saw you were hollering for some support on your screen here, so I thought we'd jump on.
Yeah. Donald couldn't come down, so I can't convince him to get on Zoom. So you guys are it for me.
Okay, well.
How are things out in Ohio?
A little chilly. We had a lot of high wind today.
We did too. It knocked out some transformers.
A lot of high wind. So
I assume you and I pretty much have the same weather.
Probably.
Yeah. Are you guys planning anything special for Thanksgiving, or are you staying home?
I haven't heard from my kids yet, so.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't. Probably not anything real special.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna have me, Dad, and Donald here at the house. Which, I mean, honestly, that's usually what happens anyway. I do kind of leave the offer open if anybody needs a place to go, but I don't think anybody's going to want to do that this year. So we can all like have a Zoom Thanksgiving party. What do you think?
Sure, absolutely. Sounds like a good idea to me.
Awesome. I see everybody saying hi to you. But yeah, it's been a weird week, and I don't really have a whole lot that I wanted to talk about on the live. I will say, Robin from Big Bear Homestead mentioned something on Marco earlier today that I thought was interesting. At least where she's at in Georgia, Walmart is apparently not going to open for Thanksgiving at all. Like no Black Friday, Thursday night type thing like they usually do. So I'm curious how many stores are going to also do that. And I kind of dig it, to be honest, because I feel like I'm always feeling bad when people have to work on Thanksgiving, but maybe they'll roll it back and make that the norm. I don't know. But I tell you, I was in the store today and it was a madhouse. I don't know if it's Thanksgiving or COVID panic, but I don't want to go into any stores right now anyway. We may get a new goat tomorrow. I think I mentioned that earlier, but I'll mention it again for the people that just got here. It depends on, I guess, how I feel. We honestly, when we picked up the other 2 goats, we just put them in the back seat of the truck. I don't have a trailer. So we may get another goat tomorrow that's a rescue. And she may be pregnant. I really hope she is because I want baby goats. Yes, and
I've been I'm working on a couple of things on the computer here, so
oh, okay,
if I seem a little lost, that's
no problem. I'm gonna put the link in case anybody else wants to have up. Honestly, there's really not a whole lot going on right now anyway, but we do have my friend Matt's kind of around, but he's muted, and then Daryl doesn't have his video up, so it's not going to show him
well,
right
and
now. But
that's what I'm kind of looking at here because I don't know why that is.
okay,
Sorry, I'm still sort of here.
that's fine. Like I said, with Donald being upstairs in quarantine, there's really, I guess I should have plenty to say because I'm the one that talks the most during the lives anyway, but it's the back and forth banter that I think makes it. And when he's not here, because he's upstairs, then it doesn't work. Matt's still on, but when I'm live through Zoom on YouTube, it only shows the video of people that actually have the video up. So you won't see, I can see it on my end that Matt and Daryl are in the chat or in the Zoom session, but you won't see them because it's only going to show live people on YouTube. So what kind of good? Yeah, it is a Nigerian dwarf. We have all Nigerian dwarfs except we have one Nubian who we decided to name Leia because she's got, like, Nubians have those droopy ears like this, I guess. These droopy ears. And I thought it looked like Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars, but I didn't want to name her Jar Jar because everybody hates Jar Jar. So we decided to name her Leia. So when she's walking, it's really funny because she does this with her ears. Does he actually have symptoms of COVID? So I don't know all of the symptoms for COVID. He was vomiting, and I'm going to embarrass you, Donald. I apologize, but he had diarrhea at work today. It's the same symptoms that another coworker had last week on Tuesday that was sent home. We have been quarantining since Tuesday away from each other for the most part, sleeping in separate bedrooms. He wears a mask when he's in the house, but we don't have the results from the other coworker yet. And I have to take him to get tested. Regardless, HR at his work, because it's a government facility, they have to follow certain protocols, which means they had to send him home. He has to get tested just in case, especially because it's at a wastewater plant and they have to have people there. Like there's no everybody's sick and then this plant shuts down that takes care of all of the septic for the city of Frederick, which is the second largest city in Maryland. Like, we can't do that. So they have to take extra precautions. I don't know how long it takes to get test results back. If somebody knows, that might give me a little peace of mind, or at least give me a deadline to look forward to. There's Daryl.
There we go.
Is his job paying for the COVID test? I don't know. I'm sure his insurance will for now, regardless. I don't even know how much they cost.
Yeah, it's about 2 or 3 days.
Okay. So if he gets it tomorrow, we should hopefully know by Wednesday. Maybe.
Depending on the test.
Yeah. Big Bear's here. I was just talking about you guys earlier. Yeah, I'm actually I might do that tonight and make some elderberry syrup. We also have some elderberry pepper. I've also got him drinking some electrolytes, which Robin over at Big Bear was recommending. I haven't gotten him any Pringles yet, though, Robin. I got to do that. Yeah, I think throwing up was a symptom I read because to me, when I heard his coworker was vomiting and had diarrhea, I'm like, okay, well, maybe his coworker has food poisoning, because he got to work feeling fine and then that hit. I don't know how fast COVID hits once it like registers and starts having symptoms. But then Donald had the same thing. And I don't think it's food poisoning because we had the same meal before he left for work. And I felt fine. Dad feels fine. So
minimum 4 days. But I think the common one everyone says is loss of smell and taste.
well, I don't know that Donald had any taste to begin with. No, I'm joking. I'm waiting for him to start yelling from upstairs.
He says he's got to have some good taste. He married you.
That's true. That's true. I lost my video. So Misty's hopping on from Mama Z's Texas Kitchen, which is exciting. So yeah, we'll see. I actually want to get his temperature taken. What? I don't know if you guys could hear that. He said, I do have taste.
Hello.
What we do have Misty, and we have Big Bear coming in. Look at all you guys coming in to help out today.
Let me hold
Is
on.
he still pooping through a screen door? I don't think so.
Okay, so I have had both the COVID test that they pick your brains out, and I've had the rapid response COVID test. The rapid response COVID test, you get back in 15 minutes, but they're not as reliable. You don't always get the immediate response from those things, or they're only like 70% reliable. The test that you can get back in 3 days, the ones that they pick your brains out, they take about 2 to 3 days.
And those are about 75% reliable.
They were about 90% accurate. That's what they told me in the hospital when I had those done.
Oh, I got trolls. You know what? I think I blame Jason for the trolls. I think Jason brought the trolls. Jason's dancing. Yeah, I have to see what tests are available here in Gettysburg. I'm not really sure. We're gonna go tomorrow just to see. My husband says keyhole.
What?
I need a card, by the way.
And then I don't know, should I get tested too? I don't.
What?
Oh,
So how's things down there in Georgia, Jason?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I went the room.
Where's the piggies?
Papa Daryl don't like you. Nobody likes you.
Oh,
Go away. Go do what your mama said before I get in trouble for it.
Owen Green Mom and Fermented Hempstead. Hello. We're just having a party today. If anybody wants to hop up. So where's the piggies at?
Let's see. Charlie is in the piggy tractor. Probably buried himself underneath a whole bunch of leaves. Let's see. Georgie is in his cage in Carol's room. And the rest of the newborns are with the mama pig. And then that's it.
I loved watching that. I'm so glad you went live on Facebook for that.
Them things come sliding out of there like,
Right?
like
Yeah, they
like
did.
a
Like a
greased
missile.
pig, huh?
Like a missile.
Yeah, we try to any birth that we can catch, we try to go live either on Facebook or YouTube with. And I didn't have it. I had like 15% left on my phone, and it would have taken all of that battery just to get YouTube going on the phone. So,
Well, and that was the night that YouTube went down as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Because I broke YouTube that night. I mean, literally, her, and you know what's bad? That hurt that video, and that's very frustrating. Robin because Robin was been working for months on that Castile soap video, and we got it all edited and thought we had a good thumbnail and had a good title. It tested great. And we got it all uploaded and clicked the button to send it public. And the next thing I know, everybody's
YouTube's
like,
down.
And I was the only one that got to watch it.
Death. Misty was like the only one in all of YouTube that was able to, and it was like,
Yep.
You were hogging YouTube.
Yeah.
So have you guys thought about just reposting it?
No, I'm gonna leave it be because I mean, when we woke up in the morning, it gained a little momentum, but it just lost what it should have done right off the bat. But on the flip side, that is an evergreen video. So just like all of our evergreen videos, it goes for a little, it'll come out and it'll get a couple of hundred views and then it'll stall for like 3 or 4 weeks. And then it just takes off like a rocket. And the next thing you know, it'll have thousands of views and it'll keep on climbing. Like it took our raising cattle for beginners video when we first, I mean, that video is like what, a year old, 2 years old now. And when it first came out, it got like 200 views and then just died.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it struck something with the AI because we didn't change anything. And next thing you know, it's got almost 200,000 views now.
Well, what we could do to support you is everybody share that link to your latest video on how to make Castile soup, because that's an important video to have out there anyway.
Especially with the way that everything's going, you know, they're gonna. I got across the news today. Which one was it? One of the northern western states. I think it was North Dakota. They pretty much come out with a full mask mandate and they're talking about a full shutdown. Here locally for me, this is the first time that the first go around with, I don't even know if we're allowed to say it on YouTube yet or not without it hurting the channel. So we all know what I'm talking about. The first time it went around, nothing happened here in Elberton. Across the Elberton Facebook page, the kids are going to school tomorrow, but Tuesday they start 100% virtual learning. And the only reason, and I think they're only going to school like half a day tomorrow. And that's just to make sure everybody's got laptops or tablets for them to be, and they're not going back to school face to face until they're going to look at the test results. They're going to have people continue to get tested. And depending on where the numbers fall, they might not be going back till the springtime to face-to-face learning here. And I didn't, I mean, we homeschool our kids. So, and we don't really leave the homestead that much. So I don't know a lot that goes on Elberton, except for the gossip that comes across that Facebook group. And there is a tremendous amount of gossip, which is kind of, in a small town, it's kind of fun. But anyway, so I don't really know how bad it is.
So Jason, are you a regular gossip contributor?
No, I just eat popcorn and read the comments. Now I take that back. I did participate. Well, that was in the homesteading group. I did participate in a little bit today because this young lady killed her first deer. And it was like PETA come out of the woodworks. And they were just bullying this. I mean, the girl couldn't have been but maybe 14, 15. And they were just completely bullying her. And there was just a lot of people talking smack that they had absolutely no idea about. Trying to say she killed a baby deer that the spots must have that when she shot it, the spots fell off. I mean, seriously?
What? That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works.
I don't think it works that way, but, and anyway, I felt the pull from the Lord to come to her defense a little bit and kind of put some people in their place education wise when it came to deer hunting and wildlife. But most of the time I just kind of just sit back, read the comments and pop popcorn.
Yeah.
Unless it's my buddy Paul. Now, if it's my buddy Paul, I'm all in. I will I purposely, like, if you friend me on Facebook and you get to know me, and all of a sudden you see this weird post, and you're gonna like, what in the world is Jason doing? Okay, Jason is goating his best friend Paul. Who, see, Paul is one of my longtime friends. We went to high school together, and but our political views are. And so I will sometimes, if I get bored, and if I haven't, most of the time it's because I haven't heard from him in a while, I'll throw something just stupid out there politically that I know is a trigger for him. And then I usually get a message from his wife going, "Why do you do that?" And I'm like, "Well, he's not answering my texts."
I guess that's one way to get his attention.
Yep. And and I got a couple of friends like that. I'm learning that it seems like I got more friends like that. So I'm really gonna probably start to have some fun. So
I need to not look at your Facebook, is what you're saying.
Yeah, don't look, and like Mrs. Naked Gardener probably doesn't need to look at my Facebook because I will purposely throw stuff out there, just especially if I'm texting you and you don't text me back, it's coming.
Yeah, Nathan, like I see him said humor here, and Johnny's in here, but Nathan from Samson Farm likes to do that too.
Yeah, he likes to do, and he likes to get raunchy sometimes too. So.
Yeah, he does. But yeah, I keep all my politics off of Facebook, but do not follow me on Twitter. Do not follow me on Twitter because I get mouthy on Twitter. And I want to keep you all as friends, so don't follow me.
Exactly.
It's one of those, you got to have a sense of humor with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's a lot of things I'm laughing about with what's going on lately. So, I find humor in it, but not everybody does.
And I think that's the part that's so funny, at least to me. And maybe it's just because I'm sick. The Marine Corps made me a sick individual. I'll be the first one to admit it. They turned me into a huge a-hole. And I guess maybe, I don't know. I think it's absolutely hilarious. Like, I'm a libertarian, but one of the things that I find absolutely hilarious right now is how the Trump supporters are behaving just like how the millennials and stuff were acting when he won. And to me, I find that is just, I mean, I like cry laughing so hard when I see some of these posts and them protesting and stuff like that. And I'm like, weren't you guys the same people that were calling other people snowflakes not 4 years ago?
Yeah, politics are a hot mess.
To me, I just find that stuff hilarious, and I kick a hornet's nest especially if I'm having a bad day and I need a good laugh. I'll kick a hornet's nest.
Hi, Hempstead in the Highlands. Thank you for joining on the live today.
I just wondered, is this a private party or can anybody join in?
You can join in. It's honestly, it was a way for me to, because Donald's not able to be on the camera today. I just wanted to invite anybody up who wanted to chat today. And of course, then we've got Jason. So
yeah, if Jason's in here, it's a free for all.
We had a 5-year plan to go visit her in Scotland, and then I guess God was like, "No, we're not going to let y'all get together," because then all of a sudden we had COVID.
Oh yeah, I want to go to Scotland. Can we all go? Can we have a party in Scotland?
Yeah, not until COVID's gone, because I'm very high risk, so
yes,
a bit paranoid.
And you're like right down the street from a pub too, aren't you?
A pub. I'm half a mile from about 3 or 4 different whiskey distilleries. And we're at the bottom of a hill from a pub, which is a mile away.
So we're never leaving Scotland, is what you're saying.
The best message, the best polo I ever got in my entire life was from her. And she sent me a picture, and she on the polo, she sent me a image of this one whiskey. She's like, "Have you ever drank this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "That's from my toilet water."
Our water is from a well and streams, and we're right by the River Spey, and then all of our streams go into the Spey, and the Spey River is where the best whiskey in the world, they take their water from to make it.
So it's true.
Literally, when people are buying all this really, really expensive whiskey and stuff, I just say, well, that's made with water that I flush my toilet with.
That's funny.
And
Oh my
Highland
God.
water, where people pay like £1.50 for a bottle of water, and I just say, oh, that's I flush my toilet with that. Nothing exciting to me.
You know what I think we should do, Jason, is how Justin Rhodes did the American farms tour and stuff. We should do a European farm tour. Just saying.
I wanted to do one.
I think we should do a worldwide bar tour.
We should do that too.
Definitely. I mean, Scotland's got
grade.
so many pubs. There's so many pubs around here. I went to 3 different distilleries. They weren't even close to my house. I went to 3 different distilleries, and it took me about 20 minutes doing all the driving. So the closest one to me is Cardew, which has only ever, throughout history, only ever been run by women.
Oh.
But they make Johnny Walker whiskey.
Oh, nice.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I live in Speyside, so if anybody ever says Speyside whiskey, it's here.
International pub crawl, my bride says.
That sounds like a good thing for me. Let's do that.
Now let me let you on a little secret. Homestead in the Highlands has been successfully at the only YouTube channel that has absolutely put out a video that has scared my wife to death, to where she was screaming at the television.
What video is that? Now I'm intrigued.
Everybody has to check out this video. It's called
Hey, Stivers.
It's called a cooking challenge with Big Bear Homestead, or something. But she was making chips.
British chips.
What did you title that video?
It's probably something like, "Oh God, she's cooking again."
But Robin had us laughing so hard that we made Robin watch it twice. But y'all got to go to her channel and check out that video. Yeah, Robin's already, no more oil.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that one out.
I'm an experimental cook. Is probably the best way of putting it. And I'd washed potatoes that I'd cut, washed them in water, hadn't dried them off. I'd put way too much oil in the pan, which was really, really hot oil. And luckily I have electric, not gas.
Oh goodness.
Or I probably would have burnt my house down.
Oh wow.
That video.
Yeah,
go viral.
Robin was, I'm told she was screaming at the screen.
Goodness. I see we got Stivers in visiting. Hi, Stivers. City Girl Country Hearts visiting. Hey, Terry.
I can't actually see. I don't know how to work this thing on my phone. I can't actually see anybody.
Yeah, the phone app's a little weird for Zoom, but
there we go.
yeah, I'll have to check out that video. But I think, yeah, we should I say we start with a Scotland pub crawl and then we go over to Ireland and see what's going on over there.
Sorry, I look an absolute mess. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Realize I'm not coming home if we start there, right?
Oh yeah, me either, because that is my wish to go to Scotland. I've got a lot of ancestral roots in Scotland.
Who here watches Outlander?
She
I've
actually
got our brothers in northern Sweden, so we gotta swing up there as well.
Yeah.
She
That would
actually
be
found my Homestead in the Highlands actually found my heritage, to where she found she actually knows what part of Scotland, Ireland that we're from, and the colors.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Do you guys have an extensive like historical society there that keeps records for people that are doing the genealogy stuff?
I have no idea. I have no Scottish ancestry at all.
Wait, what?
I don't know. My sister did all mine, but we have no Scottish. There are a lot of people in Scotland. It's a really weird place because, see, I'm part Irish, and I used to
Okay.
spend a lot of time in Ireland, and it used to really, don't take offense, you guys, okay, I'm going somewhere with the story. It used to really, really annoy me and all my cousins in Ireland when you have Americans come over and they go, I'm Irish. I go, are you really? Where were you born? Well, America. What's your passport say? Oh, it's American. Okay, you're American then. But Scotland is completely the opposite. When people, Americans come over here, and I'm sorry, but you guys do it more than anyone else. I'll always say I'm part Irish. I'll never say I'm Irish. I'm part Irish. But when Americans come over here and say I'm Scottish, they'll go, let's go to the pub and have a talk about it then. Who's your family? I might know them. And they probably will.
That's funny. That's weird that they're so different.
Scotland's a really strange
So
place.
the Scots don't take offense to it, but the Irish really do.
The Irish really do. They really, really do. I remember being in a shop when I've been in Ireland for a couple of days. I pick up the accent, or I used to, because I spend so much time there. I've been there for about 10 years now. But I was in a shop with my cousin talking to a friend of hers, and I'd bought something in this shop, and I remember what I was charged, whatever it was. We were just standing there talking. My cousin Peggy was talking to the lady, and an American woman came in, and she was all, oh, it's so nice because I'm here because I'm Irish, and everyone just rolled their eyes. And when she came to pay, they charged her more. And after the woman had gone, I said, how did that work? You charged them more than me. She says, well, you're Irish, they're American. I was like, yeah, I don't understand this. And they said, well, we tell them that there's tax on top of the price tag that's on the shelf. Whereas over here, what's on the shelf is what you pay.
Huh.
And I actually had it done to me last week in a shop which I've never been in before.
That's
near
weird.
here. So I'm a bit annoyed about that. But
Yeah.
the Irish, they certainly used to do that a lot to Americans, and it was horrible. And then when I had it done to me, because obviously I'm very English in my accent, when I had it done to me in the shop last week, I thought I was in a hurry and not in the mood to kick off about it. But I thought I'm going to go back. I'm going to send one of my friends in, Scottish friends, to buy the exact same thing, and I'm going to see how much they get charged. So
Yeah, I take it Americans probably just aren't very popular anywhere right now. So I remember when my first husband
actually,
was
right now is fine, but up until a week ago,
yeah.
nobody wanted to know you guys.
Yeah, when my first husband was in the Navy, he got they had like a port in Greece at one point in time, and he said that the protesting against Americans was so bad there. I didn't realize at the time, this was like in the late 90s or something, that we were so disliked in Greece. But
in the middle 90s, in Okinawa, they've been protesting Marines there since my dad was there, and he was getting protested. When I showed up at Camp Hansen, they were out there protesting.
Yeah.
We've never really been the popular boy on the block.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
And
we're kind of butts.
Yeah, and that's so sad because we love Ireland and Scotland and stuff, and it makes me sad that we're so disliked other places in the world.
Going Green Mom says right now, I wasn't aware anyone liked us. Yeah, I think I was still in high school in the 90s, so I was a little like, I don't know, ignorant to the world at that point. But now I just assume everybody hates us.
Right.
We barely like ourselves, Donald says. It's true.
Yeah,
we definitely don't like
true,
each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't take offense. The rest of the world will get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Americans won't. We like to hold a grudge. It is in our liberties.
Yeah.
We liked you when you had a sensible president.
Yeah.
Um,
My
you
dog
fell
might
out of
start barking.
favor. I know some of you are probably going to say I'm being ridiculous here. This is what I remember from my 40 something years on the planet. And I used to work in America and used to travel there a lot. During Reagan, you were liked. The first Bush, you weren't so much. The second Bush, nobody really liked you. Clinton, it kind of went up a little bit, but then drastically went downhill. And then when you elected Obama, everybody went, "Oh my God, there's progress in America.
Oh.
We can embrace this now."
Huh.
Then he went downhill.
Yeah. Well, it's good to hear what other countries think. I mean, you see what's on the internet, but what can you believe on the internet these days? So
Nothing.
yeah.
A lot of it is just people just don't want to do the research or understand or anything. It's silly because I don't think we take other people's political views to the extreme that you guys do. I mean, my best friend, she's a really hard conservative Tory, and I grew up in a town that was decimated by Margaret Thatcher, who was a
Oh.
Tory, and she was in power for the first 15 years of my life. And I just remember riots and people getting arrested for the wrong things, and people now 30 years on have finally been pardoned for things that they spent time in prison for. And I just think, well, that's 30 years of their life has just gone, and now you're saying, "Oh, sorry about it now." Like, well, those are the things that stick in my head, and that's why I could never, perhaps this is me being silly, but I can never in all my conscience ever vote Tory, Conservative. I couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it. But I live in the only, I think there's two parts of Scotland that don't have Scottish National Party as their member of parliament. So equivalent of your Senate, I think that is. And I happen to live in the one that's got the Tory, the Conservative member. So yeah, it's not fun, but it's interesting. But we're nowhere near as polarized in thing, and we sort of don't put flags up and scream at people because they've got a different flag up and stuff like that. And
Yeah, America's very polarized right now, which is one of the reasons I don't really talk politics that much, because I like all my friends, and I know that some of them have shitty opinions about things, and that's okay, because I'm sure I have shitty opinions about things too.
We just
Yeah,
need to put big boy pants on and be able to
Yeah.
sit down and have conversations, grown up
Yeah.
conversations like we did, 20 years ago. That's the part that made America so great, is
Yeah.
because we are a huge melting pot and we have a huge diversity of different types of people, different beliefs,
It's
different
brilliant.
backgrounds, and
Mm.
everything like that. Somewhere along the
Tell them.
line, we lost our ability to be able to sit down around a table and have grown-up conversations.
And accept that other people can have different opinions to you.
Yeah.
Well,
And see, that's I bust my buddy's chops, but when I'm on the fence about something, or I'm paying attention to the popular opinion, he's usually one of the first people that I used to go to be able to say, okay, let's talk about this, because him and I used to be able to sit down and have grown-up conversations, like some of our biggest and longest conversations, where you could actually go back in time with people that knew us both, and you could see where, because of what we shared at the table as grown-ups, we both kind of came to the middle with it. And unfortunately, during all of this mumbo jumbo, we have kind of lost that ability to do that because he is very angry right now. And so that's why I don't kick a lot on the Facebook that much anymore, because he's very, very angry right now. And and it's just one of those that somewhere along the line, America lost that ability. We lost the ability to not feel sorry for people, but empathy. We lost empathy. We
Mhm.
lost empathy. We lost the ability to say, you know what? You can have your opinion, and it's okay. Now it's, you can have your opinion, but you're still wrong,
Yeah.
and you don't grow that way. You don't grow as a nation, you don't grow as people, and you don't grow individually. And I can't exactly put my finger on a moment in our history where you can say it basically, it kind of started here. But because there has to be a starting point somewhere. I just don't know where it is.
I don't know where it started, but it certainly looks from the other side of the world that it got a lot worse in the last 5 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It went drastically downhill. But you're right. We can normally either sit down and have a conversation, or as in general, as a population, we either generally sit down and have a conversation and just go, well, it's your opinion, or we just say, let's just not talk about it.
Yeah.
You
We
know,
have to agree to disagree.
yeah, we don't have people standing, holding, pointing guns and stuff, and to intimidate you because of your opinion. And that's what we see.
Yeah. And I understand that, because unfortunately that's all the media wants to show is the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, our prime minister is. There are many words that are swear words to describe him, and there really aren't anything other than swear words to describe our own prime minister. So we're not much better in who we've got.
But I think one of the major differences is you guys have not lost, at least from what I see over here on this side, you guys haven't lost the ability to sit down around a table and talk like grown-ups. You guys don't really sit around a table. Y'all go to the pub and do it, which, was probably a lot better.
Yeah, it is.
But that's
because if the conversation gets too bad, you just start talking about what you're drinking, and then it's all good.
Yeah. More pub discussions.
Yeah. Well, we're missing that. I mean, whilst Scotland's currently not in lockdown, England is. Scotland isn't, but pubs aren't open at the moment in Scotland.
Husband?
That's pretty difficult for people in Scotland, not having access to alcohol as much as they used to.
Yeah.
They don't have home delivery?
Yeah, somebody started up a wine ambulance, and one of the beer companies started delivering.
Oh.
So yeah, we could. We don't drink a lot anyway, but it's half a mile walk to the nearest distillery, so it's not really far, is it?
That's something I'd actually want to learn how to do, is to distill liquor. Is that even legal anymore? I don't think
Nope.
Is it?
You'd have to it depends on your state. Like here in my state, I can't distill anything. I can ferment the crap out of stuff, but I can't distill.
Not wine.
So I need to look at the laws in Pennsylvania.
You can make wine in Texas and mead and all kinds of stuff here.
Yeah, that's fermenting.
Yeah.
That's not distilling.
Gotcha.
You distill, you got to have that copper pipe. And then that's still considered being moonshine, and they're still going to run you up the flagpole for it.
I mean, I could probably live off of like wine, and especially mead. We drink, Matt and I, because Matt's local here, we drink a lot of mead together. But it was I still feel like it would be nice to know how to distill, but.
Unless you're
making, I would love to take some potatoes and make
some essential oils.
Yeah, but you can make fuel for your tractor.
Yeah, there you go. Have you guys ever watched Popcorn's videos on YouTube? What was his name? Popcorn Sutton or something, the distiller from East Tennessee that died a couple years ago. Look him up. Look up Popcorn and then moonshining on YouTube. The guy was hilarious. He was in like East Tennessee, Smoky Mountains, and he actually did a documentary where he brought someone in and showed him how he used to set up his illegal stills. And he did eventually get, he got caught, and he'd always was in trouble with the law for distilling moonshine and stuff. My husband's showing me his belly right now while I'm sitting here trying to be live. But he was just a really interesting individual. And unfortunately, he died in like 2012. But yeah, look him up sometime. He was brilliant and showed the whole process of how it was made. So,
Did he die from his alcohol?
I want to say he died in prison. I'm not sure. I mean, he was old. He was an old timer moonshiner, but
Give her a full frontal, Donald.
he went back upstairs. He got his belly out and he's rubbing it. We call his belly Franklin. So
I call mine the Buddha.
This is almost getting TMI.
yeah, this is what happens on Marco when we're all in like this
Exactly.
Marco polo group together. So yeah.
Next thing you know, somebody gonna fart in the bathtub.
That Marco from Jason will always be memorialized in my history now. So
I don't get interesting Marcos from him anymore.
That's
well,
'cause
you
know
missed the
Marco
partying
me
in the
back.
bathtub one.
What?
You know, whenever Marco me back.
That's because you don't ever Marco me back.
That's how we're gonna play this game.
Look at them.
Well, he gets shower shots too on Marco.
What, Jason in the shower?
No, he gets them from other people, but not like nude shots or anything like that. Just like,
It sounds like an OnlyFans, not a Marco.
well, I'm
Oh,
not
here
making
come
any
those
money
rumors
off of it,
again.
Sounds like I'm glad I don't get many off him.
right? As soon as that phone drops, though, it's all over.
I sent Robin one a couple of months ago and she thought I was naked. I wasn't. It was just really hot and I was wearing a summer top and had tiny little straps and the straps are right down, and so from here it looked like I was naked. I wasn't. But she said, "Oh, is that where our friendship's going now, is it?"
Well, we're often talking on the toilet together on Marco too, so there's that
You are
familiar
telling too many
relationship.
secrets to your girlfriend.
Yep. We pretty much know how all of us look while we're pooping.
Yeah. It's true. It's a family. Awesome. Well, I'm probably gonna start shutting things down just because my lives usually go like about an hour and stuff. I really appreciate you guys coming up and helping out with Donald not being able to be on camera or sitting next to me, although he can show off his belly in the distance. So
Well, Chris, I'm gonna hook you up with one of my Marine Corps buddies. Robin's comment just threw me for
I
a
saw it.
He sings and he plays the guitar. He has a band. His name is Chris Crowley.
Okay.
And I think you need to have him on your show, and y'all
Okay.
do this and jam out together. He's actually currently working on writing a jingle for our live show.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah. So instead of that, what Daryl calls my annoying intro, when
The dramatic.
for us to come on, yeah.
It's just
So
the volume.
loud.
It's just the volume.
Well, you can turn the volume down on that, though, can't you?
Yeah, but I have to turn my phone right down, and then when it's right down, I then don't. I'm sometimes doing other things, so I don't hear that it started.
Make sure he puts some kind of
It-
bubble noise in your intro.
It's actually worse than a fart in the bathtub.
You didn't hear that fart, Daryl.
Yeah, it was bubbly. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Memories
They're coming
along
up.
as well.
Hey,
Now, I don't know what's going to happen next week, if Donald will be around and if he'll be COVID positive or not. So we'll see what happens. But I'll try to go live next week as well. And I'll have a video out tomorrow morning on the paleo grain-free apple crisp. So look for that.
Well, I've ignored YouTube so much for the
Can't
last
wait.
7 or 8 months. I thought I'm trying
Yeah.
to get myself back into it now.
Yeah,
we
me
know.
too.
Haven't seen you in forever.
Last week, Jason,
Haven't seen
I
you.
was on your live last week.
I tell you.
You better send him like some big kiss videos or something.
A naked polo in Marco
There you
Polo.
go.
No. No.
Awesome. All right, I'll see you guys
Oh,
next week.
Lord.
Take care, everybody.